Hey all, welcome back to the Lawrence Garden Farm. So today I've got another cool product that I want to share with you. This goes along with just making everything easier. This one also has to do with watering, one of the biggest tasks that you have with your garden. So this right here is a Glahoden watering hose reel. And some of you may have seen some things like this before. It's going to make your life so much easier when it comes to watering. The worst part about watering is when you get done trying to put the hose back. And I don't know about you, but I wind up the hose, I try to put it back nice and neatly, and then the next time I go to use it, it's always tangled. Same thing with extension cords. I don't understand how it happens like that, how it gets in a tangle, but it's inevitable. So something like this is going to eliminate that. All right, so let's take a look at everything that's included here. I'm gonna pull out some of the small pieces first so I can get at the big main part here. But first and foremost, we've got a watering nozzle. The one thing that I like about this right off of the bat, you can control it with your thumb. I really like the valves on some of these different watering nozzles that allow you to just push and pull back as opposed to turning on or having a little lever. It's real easy to use. It's got all the different settings here. Second, we've got our mounting hardware, and I'm going to show you where I'm going to mount this to and how I'm going to do that. Usually you're going to mount this somewhere close to an exterior hose bib. I've got one in my garage. I've got a hose bib right there. But what we're going to be doing out here, we need to cover a lot of distance between our greenhouse, which we've got one in the greenhouse. It extends 100 feet, but we need to go further than that. So I'm going to show you what we're going to do and where we're going to hook this up, because it's going to be in kind of a different spot. And then we've got the actual unit itself. So there's a couple more things in the box, instructions, and then this is what's going to get mounted to, if you're going to mount this to a wall, if you're going to mount this to or a place, like I'm going to show you, I think you want to at least make sure you've got like a 4x4, something like 4 inches thick, because the mounting hardware, they're like lag bolts. You want to make sure you got enough beef to mount this thing, because it is heavy. I mean, this is 100 feet of hose. It's a nice thick hose. It's the 5/8 thickness as well, so you're not going to lose water pressure from your spigot to where you're going with this pin right here. So once we mount this where we want to, this is going to end up going like that, and then our pin is going to go in, hold everything secure, and it's going to have a nice pivot here. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how to mount this, but first I want to tell you where we're going to put it. You can see we've got a hose rolled up right here, and we've got lots more stuff to water here, going all the way around the bend there, back there. So we need a lot more hose length. So I mentioned earlier in the video, you want to make sure you got enough beef so that your leg screw is able to get proper support, and the whole unit is. So we just had 2x4s here. You can see if this just went through, I still got about 2 inches where that's going to be poking through. So what I did is I took and I put another 2x4 on the back of this one here. So now I got about 4 inches. That'll be plenty of beef there. Now the next step, this is probably the toughest step, and only because the reel's heavy and you're going to position it onto the bracket here. Okay, Sayla, come on over. I'm going to have you put the pin in that top hole there.
Right there?
Yep. There you go. All right, now it's all installed. The great thing about this is you can kind of hide it away, keep it up tight against here so it's not sticking out into traffic. But if you want to water up that way, it pivots, so you can take this hose, pull it straight out. Let's see how far it goes. Now here's the beauty, reeling it in. Look at that. Even a child can do it. So if you'd like to make your watering and hose cleanup a little bit easier, check out the description in the video. I'll have a link for the product in the description below. So I just want to touch on a few features that the hose reel has. So they've made improvements from where it was before. They've made better the inside components, which is supposed to give about 30% more user life. So there's a powerful spring in here which ensures a slow and steady winding back in process, tangle free. So it's really important that it stays tangle free and that it winds it back in nice and slow, up to 10% slower than others. You can feel it in the hose. It's firm, it's leak free, with 20% more water flowage coming through here. So up to 348 PSI, which makes this one of the leading hose reels as far as the output of water that you get, which is really important because if you're going a long distance and you want the proper water pressure coming out of the spray nozzle, you want to have the most water output that you possibly can get. Another important feature, this outside covering is got UV inhibitants in it, which help protect it. It helps keep it from fading or getting brittle. This was tested under the hot Texas sun for 2 years with no issues. A lot of times if this is sitting in the direct sun, things can fade, they can get brittle. I want this to stay the color that it is now to kind of match up with our raised garden beds here. Last but not least, to engage the automatic recoil, all you have to do is give a short pull, 2 to 4 inches, and you can see it go back in there like that. So it'll come out, it'll lock, and then a short pull will allow it to go back in there. Now, if you do end up getting a tangle in here, what you can do is pull the hose out, pull it all the way out. So this is 100-foot length in here. Bring it all the way out until it won't go out anymore. Give the short pull so that it starts to come back in, and then walk it back in slowly but surely. That'll put it back into its place where it's supposed to be, and you should be good to go. All right, well, thanks for watching. Take care, and if you're interested in one of these things, you can check out the link in the description below. You can go ahead and purchase it right from there. I highly recommend it. Take care, and until next time.